Right, so this week we're gonna do a workshop infrastructure thing, and the welder has lived on a chair for a while, and I've been using these disposable gas bottles, and they're inefficient. So I've gone and got a bigger one. However, moving the welder and the big gas bottle is a pain in the hole. So we're going to make a welding trolley today, and hopefully it's going to fit in this gap here, because it just seems to collect things in there that I don't necessarily actually want in there. So we're going to fill that up, and we're going to have a welder on a trolley, and it's going to have all the welding stuff like wire brushes and hammers and masks and aprons and spare wire, and even possibly a grinder on the front, because you nearly always have a grinder out when you're using the welder as well. So we're going to start with drawing a plan on the table, because I haven't got a plan yet. When we get this far, we'll make a decision then. But for now, we're going to make a base that's stiff enough to hold a vertical, the bottles, the welder, and a drawer. So I've got this 3mm steel we're going to use for the base, touch the wheels to, and we're going to start from that and build our way up. So I'm going to put the wheels on now. I'm going to do things with convenient sizes. So like the wheels here, this one is going to go here, like this. Gas has run out. Right, so after much faffing, got the new gas wired in. It's definitely different for welding with. This Argon CO2 make Ferromax mix rather than CO2, disposable CO2 actually. It's a lot less sticky and it's a lot nicer to use. What could possibly go wrong? I wonder what a skateboard with casters would be like. Added some more support in there. Right, so because this is a little bit on the flexible side in the middle, like if you put all my weight on it, we're going to put a rim. This is a bit of right angle. This is what we need to cut out. Right, so I've notched the surround, and now we're going to bend them, hopefully by hand. It's only thin metal. Okay, so I've been around and I've cleaned up a load of spots to weld, especially on the corners, and we're just going to weld this on the bottom side with little stitch welds. I don't know if they're stitch welds or not, but just like a few little inch ones just to help hold it all in place. So now we've got the base plate with a rim, and if you mirror to what I was doing earlier, I still got it, and the middle flexed. Doesn't flex at all anymore. It's still a little bit warm as well, so good for exercising. Okay, so the next thing I need is something to hold this up at this height, maybe a little bit taller. So we're going to make a hoop coming from here up, along and down. It's just going to be slightly taller than this one to protect it from things. But yeah, we'll do a hoop, and then we'll have a shelf coming off the hoop for the welder to sit on. Okay, so day 2. Oh, my back hurts today. Got the welder on the cart. Got a bit of metal down here I'm just measuring up with. I'm just thinking about what to do next, and I want to put a drawer down here to put all the little bits and pieces in, and I want something to hold all this lot in. So there's this piece of metal over here, which is an offcut. I'm thinking about making like a little wall here, and that way all of that can stay. I had it all set up there right now. Oh. All the wires can go in here. We're going to weld this little bit on next. This little plate here. It's just held in place with these at the minute. But we'll just put a couple of little welds here and then start welding up these corners as well, which I should have done yesterday. Okay, so I want my drawer front to be in line with the front edge, but to measure to it, to get the rails, there's nothing to measure to. So I'm just going to pop this here temporarily, and that will give us an indication of how long these draw rails need to be. Alright, so I've got the drawer runners clamped in place, and I've got the base of the drawer in place to make sure it's wide enough. And now all I've got to do is tack it all together. So to get the angle of the draw thingy, I've got the angle. I'm just going to cut along it with the grinder. I got one of these. There's like a little handle trailer tie down point thing I've got on the trailer. This is the reject one, but it's close enough and good enough for a handle for this, so we're going to weld that on. Alright, more or less finished. All I have to do now is clean up the welds with a bit of a wire brush, knock some of the rust off. Alright, so change my mind. I'm going to leave it bare metal for a little while and see if I need to do any changes to it once I start putting things on it, and use it for like a week or two. So I will update you when I decide in the end, but for now it's going to stay blank. So I've loaded it up with stuff, and I even got my small anvil onto it. That's about 70 kilos, but it's been hanging around on the floor and on the other anvil for a while now. It's always been in the way. It's got a home, which is nice. Got the propane and the Ferromax stuff on there. I might put a little chain to tie them on. It doesn't jerk around that much, so they don't wobble at all really. For moving, got the helmet. I've got the welder. Got the side plate on for all this lot. Got the drawer, which needs a little thing to stop it tilting up, but as you can see, it's got some clamps, it's got my apron, got some magnets, got the grinder, and got all the spare wire in. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them down in the comments below. I'll do my very best to answer as many as possible. And if you like the video, brilliant. And if you want to see more videos, there's probably some floating around here now. And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Bye!